Hello everyone, welcome to What If Issei Goes to Tokyo and Become Tokyo Ghoul movie special. Before we start, please go support AndresFelipeSolanoDi in the black for writing that awesome fanfic. Now let's begin. This is the translated version I made. There will be some wrong he or she calling here because it's translated, so let me clear this. Issei is a male in this story. Season 2 Episode 1. The Return of the Demon. After the sky and the portals closed, I returned home. The time difference must not have been much. The world is currently calm. After that crisis, people asked themselves many things. There was still a feeling of weakness for not being able to help me. Other version. The others must have felt the same. Rias and Tauka hugged me so much when I came back that they didn't even let go of me. But that doesn't matter. I told them everything. Now I'm in Kuo. Tauka came with me. She wants me when I become a noble. I chose her as part of my entourage. I said yes and she smiled, although the girls get jealous. As for the terrorist organization Aogiri Tree, well, they suffered a hard and irreparable blow, and now we just have to put an end to them, definitely for peace to come. But they are being very careful lately. It shows that they are desperate. Issei. Looking at the sky. Azazel. What's wrong, Issei? Can't you sleep? Issei. It's not that, it's just that everything is very quiet. Azazel. I know that with everything that has happened to you in this short period of time, everything can seem disturbing. Issei. A bit true. Azazel. Do you remember the terrorist organization known as the Cows Brigade? Issei. I remember, at the time they gave me a lot of problems, but we didn't leave them in the last place like the Aogiri Tree. Azazel. We received news, the Aogiri and the Cows Brigade have joined forces. Issei. What? Azazel. I didn't tell you because I wanted you to rest. Issei. You don't have to worry, I'm fine. Azazel. We still don't know how strong they are. Issei. Don't worry, there is nothing to fear. Even if the two have joined forces, we will defeat them, but I fear that they will be a great nuisance. Azazel. Too much, but you should focus on something else. After all, you have your fight against Sererg. Issei. What's wrong with me? Azazel. Do you remember the matter with Ria's cousin, their previous battle? Issei. Yes, I remember now. Azazel. You should rest, you have had a lot of work, take it easy, there are only 2 days left until the raiding game. Issei. Okay, leaves. Azazel. When they found Jason's body there were signs of cannibalism. Rias and Tauka didn't want to say anything about it. Issei, maybe you know, it doesn't matter, he was a torturer. Honestly, you must have been very angry. The question is, Issei, aren't you unstable? True. 2 days later. It was the day of the fight, and the narrator or presenter of it was announcing the beginning of this. Look, here we have the fight we were all waiting for, the Red Emperor versus Sererg Bale. Sererg. Hyodo. Issei, I was waiting for this for a long time, I know you got stronger. Issei. We will fight with everything true. Sererg. Exactly, that includes your ghoul powers. Don't be surprised that everyone knows your situation. Issei. No, it doesn't surprise me at all. Sererg. Then Hyodo. Issei. Issei. Silence, let's start. Puts on mask. Rias. Isn't Issei a little weirder than usual when it comes to fighting? Asia. I feel it stronger but wild. Tauka. He is in total control of his ghoul state, right, because this is. Sererg. Hits him. Issei. Too reckless, grabs his arm from him. Sererg. You believe, hits him on the ground. Issei. Takes out his kagyun and sticks it in his chest. Sererg. Well done. Hits him in the stomach. Issei. Summarizes his position. I can't believe it, this really makes me angry. Sererg. What's happening? Issei. You promised to give me everything, just as I also promised to give everything, and then why don't you use your pawn, the Nemean lion, one of the 13 Longinus? Sererg. Looks at him, but there would be a risk that he would kill you. Issei. I think you don't understand, if this is a fight where we put our pride on the table, then why aren't you doing it? You're looking down on me. Sererg. You are right, what a fool I have been, I will show you my lion pride. Tauka. That's it. Rias. This is one of the 13 most powerful Longinus, the Nemean lion, capable of devouring the gods. Sererg. Now Hyodo. Issei, you also bring out all your power. Issei. You don't even have to tell me, I'll show you the power of the man who is in love with Ria's Gremory. Rias. Hey, blushes. Issei. I only showed this once, it's the crisis of the multiverse, it's time to show it again. I am the one who wakes up. I am the dragon that absorbed the impurities of the world and became a ghoul. I show the balance with just my presence. My body is meat. And my face is blood. I will plunge you into the confines of fear. Balance breaker mode, ghoul dragon. Sererg. Now let's give it our all. Hey, Issei. Hi, devourer of heavens. Sererg. Stops him. This is incredible, more than I thought. Tauka. This is Issei's true power, incredible, I can't believe he hides so much strength. Issei. Take this meat eater. Sererg. It's useless, I'll have fun with it, I have this attack because I can't deflect it. Issei. The Sky Eater weakens the flesh or rather the physical defenses, while the Flesh Eater eats the soft flesh that is weakened, that is, it attacks the already weakened defenses. Sererg. Don't tell me what that means that the first attack was only to destroy my armor. Issei. Correct. Sererg. Even so, this is not overlying explosion. Issei. Energy consumption. Sererg. What, I ate my attack. The presenter narrated the event while everyone watched the fight. Look at it everyone, they both attack each other with their maximum power, who will be the first to fall? Azazel. Although Sererg is weakened, the amount of energy needed to maintain that new armor is a lot, isn't it Issei? Issei. I have to finish this quickly. Sererg. I say the same concentrates all his energy on his fist. Issei. Concentrates his energy. This is it, let's finish it with this last attack. Sererg. Hi. Issei. Hi. Chaos fist. Only smoke was seen, then the narrator began to speak. Hey, who won? You can't see anything, look, they're both still standing. Sererg. Good fight falls to the ground. Issei. I say the same falls to the ground. This is incredible, the winner and the last one to fall is Hyodo Issei from Ria's group, the rating game is won by the Gremory family. The narrator shouted the end of the fight, giving victory to Issei. Aka. I see that you are a tough guy when it suits you. Rias. You did well Issei. Asia. Issei, you did it. Greg. You did a good job mate. Issei. Yes Miles I think so. Season 2 Episode 2. Helping a friend. Issei and Rias could be seen having coffee with the other members of the club. Issei. Yawn god my muscles hurt. Rias. That's what happens to you for using so much energy. Issei. The new armor requires a lot of power. Aka. You acted very violent. Issei. I still have a hard time controlling my ghoul side, but I'm keeping it in control, I feel like I have more control of myself than before. Rias. That comforts me takes a cup of coffee. Issei. Looks at the sky. How are you Sererg? Rias. Well he is grateful to fight with you, besides that his mother woke up. Issei. He. Rias. Apparently his mother could hear his voice in that fight. Aka. You have a natural gift for performing miracles. Issei. Come on, don't say it like that. At that moment Azazel comes to greet. Azazel. So how are things going, I see that you are still animated. Issei. Your appearance says that you bring news. Azazel. That's right, as you know, the Cows Brigade and the Aogiri tree are joining forces, isn't it? Issei. Yes, you told me before. Issei. I can only think of two things. Rias. Lowers the coffee rate yes, I too. Aka. I say the same. Issei. Do they do it to increase their strength or are they really on their last legs? Azazel. Certainly if they join forces they will cause problems, but nevertheless both sides have suffered many casualties, they no longer have any choice but to work together. Issei. Both know that their organizations will not last, the Aogiri wants to break the peace between the ghouls and humans. Aka. But most of us want to live in peace with everyone, so the ghouls who want the idea of war and going back to the old days are few. Issei. As for the Cows Brigade, well. Rias. They will not last either, all their organizations are ruined and all factions are looking for them to destroy them. Issei. It's just over, they won't last, but that's precisely why they're still dangerous. Azazel. Exactly, knowing that a rope is around their neck they can do anything, because if their lives end they will take all the people they can. Issei. We can say that it is his fault for planning evil things in a unified world full of peace. Azazel. Then Issei, you would still help old friend. Issei. Huh. Azazel. A ghoul base has been identified, I need you to help me get in. Rias. Are you asking Issei to be your bodyguard? Azazel. Sigh, the truth is that the situation now is good, so much so that the few vestiges of resistance are being crushed, we want a world of Issei peace, and we need all the help possible. Issei. I will do it, I will achieve peace, and the suffering will cease. Aka. I certainly can't let Hinami grow up in a violent environment. Rias. The same goes for me, I want to enjoy the time I have with Issei. Azazel. Well we will meet Issei in 2 days, as for Rias and Taka, I have another mission to entrust to you, don't worry I will take good care of Issei. Issei. Sighs. At night. Issei. Looking at the starry sky. Aka. Can't you sleep Issei? Issei. No, I wanted to clear my mind. Aka. Approaches you know I should give you something. Issei. He. Aka. Kisses him. Issei. Shocked that's why. Auka. Thanks and statement baka. Issei. He. Auka. You will have many wives, no I hope I have a place there. Rias. So here they were. Issei. I feel like I'm going to die. Auka. Oh I didn't think you could appear in front of me without being detected. Rias. Of course approaches Issei, plus I kiss better kisses him. Auka. Annoyed oh really pulls him away and kisses him. Issei. I'm in heaven. Rias. Don't even dream of it grabs him again and kisses him. The fight between Rias and Tauka lasted a long time, my tongue was paralyzed. 2 days later. Issei. Then where is the base? Azazel. Where do you think, have you heard the saying, rat sneak like a rat? Issei. Don't tell me that. Azazel. Still walks down the alley no one will see us enter here. Issei. Because of all places the sower holds nose. Azazel. Come on, don't stay there enters the sower. Issei. Follows him because they chose their base here. Azazel. Because of the network of sower tunnels that is throughout the city, it is easier for them to come and go, all the aogiri ghouls and the members of the Cows Brigade are using them. Issei. Because they don't get caught if they know about their networks. Azazel. Because they have exits everywhere, we could intervene, but they would escape and get back in, this place is a labyrinth. Issei. I guess we can't let fallen angels keep watch either, because they could ambush them and get hurt or killed. Azazel. Correct. Issei. So what are we looking for when we enter the base, to get your attention it must be something big. Azazel. You see, according to informants, there is a laboratory in the sower, where they experiment with ghouls. Issei. What kind of experiments? Azazel. From creating weapons among other things, but this is the interesting thing, they are working on a new weapon, a humanoid one. Issei. What is the name of the weapon? Azazel. The King of the Ghoul. Issei. I definitely don't like the sound of it. The further they walked, the stronger the stench of blood was, it was so strong that it surpassed the smell of filth from the sower. Issei. My nose is crazy, there's blood everywhere, what the hell were the aogiri and the Cows Brigade doing here? Azazel. Whatever it was, it can't be anything good, you should look at this uses magic to illuminate the area. Issei. Shock this is just. Issei and Azazel had a strong mentality, but if it were anyone else, they couldn't have contained the urge to vomit because of the scene that was presented, deformed corpses, signs of struggle present, the entire hallway had enough blood to paint a building. Issei. Azazel, you recognize the corpses, don't you? Azazel. From demons to ghoul. Issei. Do you think? Azazel. They betrayed each other and then fought to the death, no it's something more. Issei. So you think that humanoid weapon? Azazel. It's honestly a bummer, but it's most likely. Shout. Issei. What was that? Azazel. Let's go quickly. Immediately that scream alerted them and they began to move quickly. You created me for this and you wanted to control me. Ghoul. No please I don't want to die. Smiles what a shame, they created me to kill everything kills him without mercy. Season 2 Episode 3. I am the king. The scene that Issei saw was brutal, a place filled with as much blood as he had never seen before. Stops. Who would say that the person I wanted to meet the most is here? Issei. Azazel be careful, this person is not common. Azazel. I know, but one thing is for sure, this guy doesn't have a soul. Issei. Huh, that's possible. Azazel. Originally all living beings have a soul when they are born, it is natural however there are exceptions, some in the past tried to revive dead bodies, it is different from the evil pieces that bring your soul back, transforming your body into that of a devil. Issei. Continued observing the subject exactly in what way is Azazel different? Azazel. There is a saying that says, a body without a soul only brings problems, it is because nature is aggressive and responds to its basic instincts, for example, an animal would stop hunting when its hunger is satisfied, it would not want more food for the moment. But a being without a soul would eat and continue eating, no matter if it was full and its stomach would explode. Issei. But this guy can speak and reason, surely he doesn't have a soul. Azazel. Sure, the reason why he doesn't have a soul is easy, he's an artificially created being. Great deduction, they created me as King of the Ghoul, but you know what the King of the Ghoul project is, can't you guess? Issei. This guy is dangerous, my body is itching as if it were warning me. The Ghoul King project is to create a ghoul that can become a monster that devours flesh without end, the survivors like the Cows Brigade and the aogiri would remain hidden to survive, in the end when everything has been devoured, I will eat myself. At that moment, Issei and Azazel were shocked by the magnitude of his words and his nonchalance when saying them. Issei. Hey that's crazy, Azazel is basically talking about the end of the world. Azazel. And to think that they went to this extreme, I knew that both the Chaos Brigade and the aogiri would lose, even they knew it was only a matter of time, and that is why they would create such a crazy tactic to not care about other people. Issei. Without humans, only aogiri and Ghoul, but the Ghouls would be hungry, how did they think to solve that? That's the funniest thing of all, the plan was originally from the aogiri, but the Chaos Brigade betrayed them, in the end they designed me to kill Ghoul, I'm like their poison. Issei. You devour human flesh and you are also poison for ghouls, that is impossible. Don't you believe it, my bite even if you escape from it gives you a poison that only affects ghouls, when it reaches your blood, your body will break and you will die. Azazel. Angry. That's disgusting, how could they do this? Issei. But there are also corpses of the Chaos Brigade, if they planned to betray the aogiri and gave you new instructions, why did you kill the Chaos Brigade? Originally everything would be posed as you say, the aogiri dies and the Chaos Brigade lives, but unfortunately the aogiri realized this when they were programming my orders, they tried to correct it, and guess what, they caused a glitch in my brain. Smile. Azazel. Don't tell me what. Issei. What's wrong with Azazel? Azazel. An artificial being without a soul is created to obey orders written in its mind, once it fulfills its objective it dies, however, and it is only my assumption, if the orders were damaged the being has no orders, so it has total free will over her body. Issei. Shocked he's like a person. Wow, you are intelligent, they designed me not to die until I achieve my objective, however I will not die until that objective is fulfilled, even if they destroy my body I will regenerate, since I do not have a soul they will not be able to use attacks that hurt it, and I will be able to use my vitality as infinite energy, since I will not die. Issei. What kind of monster is he? Azazel. A completely immortal being, with infinite energy and worst of all, unlimited freedom. By the way, if you think that your only option is for me to achieve my goal, you are making a mistake. Although I take into account that this is what I was created for, I also take into account that by being free and having total control, I can decide whether to do it or not the mission, so my desire is to rule the world. Issei. Activates his gauntlet and takes out his kagyun. I won't allow it. Azazel. Issei. Wait. You don't understand, right, here I am the king and in fact that's what I will call myself, king, that's my name. Issei. Well, king, die. King. Smiles. You asked for it. At that moment a kick is sent to Issei's stomach without any difficulty. Issei. Spits blood. This is. King. Poor fool, you thought you would beat me. Grabs him by the head. I know who you are, I have all the information in my head. Issei. I don't understand, because ruling the world, you don't have a soul, you shouldn't feel satisfaction or any emotion. King. Certainly it is true, but I changed that before they arrived, since my orders were damaged, I was a body that was guided by logic and reason, so I decided to implant emotions artificially, using Ghoul and other beings, anger, fear, hate, love, imagine that all of that goes through your head at the same time, and you immediately seek to release them. How you would do it and what would be the form of pleasure you want to obtain by releasing them, you don't understand. Issei. I went through all that, I may not have a soul, but I do have emotions, and the pleasure that killing gives me is incomparable. Issei. Bastard surrounds him with his kagyun. King. Well, I guess I should show it to you. Takes out his kagyun. Issei. Tingles. What is this feeling of danger? King. My kagyun is not like the others you have seen. Smile. At that moment dark spikes pierce and tear Issei's kagyun. Issei. A blood gushes from his kagyun. King. Unlike normal kagyuns, I don't have the slightest need to take it out or activate it because it is always active, giving me the ability to expand, enlarge, refine or reduce it, as I want. Issei. This guy knows the word limits, because I don't think he has them. I need to do something quickly. Dreg. I will tell you what I want to do, this guy is dangerous, so I want to use a concentrated energy attack. Dreg. How much energy will you put into that attack? Issei. As much as possible, so that nothing remains of him. Dreg. Okay. Issei. But since I have to save time. Looks to the other side. Azazel. Hey, you forgot about me. Spear of light. King. TCH dodges him. Certainly the fact that the leader of the fallen angels is here doesn't make it easy for me, but Issei is stronger, taking you down won't be a problem. Azazel. I certainly admit that Issei currently surpasses me in strength and power, however. At that moment, spears of light would come out of the ground, piercing the king. King. What the hell? Spits blood. Azazel. The strategy is different depending on the battle and can define the result regardless of the strength of the opponent. King. Miserable regenerates. Azazel. Another mistake you made, and that is sensei. I will teach you, you should not have gotten emotions, you are easy to provoke. Would create multiple spears of light around him. King. His kagyun activates and would begin to expand like a dome. Now what a piece of shit you are going to do. Azazel. So that dark mass that comes out of your body is your Kagyun, interesting, certainly my attacks will not have effect, but I was not aiming at your lower's hand. At that moment the spears head to the ground where King was standing, creating a hole and causing him to be there. Azazel. Something you should learn is your environment and what surrounds you. This area through the sewers is an extensive network of tunnels. They are so large that it is possibly difficult to know if we are in the lowest part or not. King. If your plan is for me to fall into the abyss, know that I will get out of there. Azazel. You are not even close to knowing the plan, you are also locked in a dome falling at high speed, the impact caused by gravity will be greater, depending on the hardness of the object, and since that dome where you are buried is your Kagyun, which in theory is stronger than concrete you will say. King. Dam extends his Kagyun to the side of the wall. I'll stop before I fall. Azazel. You believe would throw a spear of light to the ceiling. King. Are you planning to bury me? At that moment an energy explosion would occur and rise rapidly. Azazel. He controls his power more and more. King. I'm going to dismember you. Your damn plan makes me really angry. Azazel. Oh, but you know what, I never make a plan that fails, after all plans are better if they are made as a team. King. Angry. Hey, what the hell are you saying, you damn old geezer. At that moment an enormous energy is felt in the surroundings. Issei. You forgot about me. Boost 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 booster. King. Shocked all this time that he was fighting with me, despite knowing that he couldn't beat me in power, it was only to buy time. Issei. Destruction of flesh. At that moment the energy is channeled into Issei's hand, it being so strong that it even bothers him. Issei. Die hits him. King. I. Shock. Tear. Noise. Burst. The area is filled with thick smoke and debris begins to fall as the structure wobbles. Azazel. Shit, the area is going to collapse, we must get out of here. Issei. Yes. At that moment. Aight. Issei. I. Azazel. Shock. No, it can't be, despite that attack, how is it possible? King. That hurt so much that you can't imagine how I feel. Pierces his lung. Issei. Ai spits blood. Ray could be seen, but without half of his body, the other half was nothing, he was slowly regenerating from black particles. King. Now come, let me eat you. Season 2 Episode 4. Control. The image was the worst. Ray had Issei with his lung punctured and his hand on his neck, his body was regenerating, even though he was still half. Issei. Cough cough, I'm not going to die yet. King. Let's agree not to agree with that. Regenerating would raise his hand to deliver the final blow. Goodbye. Azazel. I don't think so. Spears of light. King. Spits blood. Damned. Azazel. Maybe we can't kill you for now, but the pain can't be avoided or else. Grabs Issei. We must go. Issei. But Azazel, if we leave him. Azazel. We can't kill him currently and his body is in the process of regeneration, it's now or you never understand. Issei. TCH curse. Azazel. Leaves with Issei. We will meet again. King. Children of, it doesn't matter, his body was regenerating. Next time I will devour them. I recognize that you Issei are a real threat to me, I see why they created me to kill you, because it is not easy to do so, but everything yours will be mine, it's just a matter of time. 3 hours later. Azazel. I notified Surziches of the existence of that guy and now everyone is alert. Issei. We should go when we are recovered. Azazel. Should we? No, you're not going. Issei. What? Hey, what nonsense you are saying. Azazel. I have noticed it more than everyone, and with this I confirm it, you have no control at all. Issei. Oh. What are you saying? Of course I have control, I can use all my powers. Azazel. Powers are nothing if you don't have the ability to mentally control yourself, basically you are aggressive since you accepted your ghoul side, you don't have any control over yourself. Issei. I can control myself, I assure you. Azazel. Really, Issei, you are more aggressive, we have all noticed it, your temperament is focused on anger all the time. Issei. What do you want me to do, is that the ghoul side? Azazel. Oh seriously, has Tauka ever gone into battle without thinking, letting herself go, not because that could get her killed, you have trusted so much in your ghoul power that you let yourself be carried away by emotions, and you don't know how to use it effectively, you have no control. Issei. That's it. Azazel. You started being aggressive long before, you have to control your emotions, or that guy will kill you next time, and believe me he won't let you escape. Issei. Falls to the ground. What the hell? Azazel. The bite must be taking effect, you remember his bite is poison for ghouls, your body tries to counteract it. Issei. Spits blood. How do I stop him? Azazel. Easy, this is going to hurt you, but it's the only way would form a knife of light. You are also part demon, you are weak against spears of light, although because you are a ghoul the healing is fast, in your state, currently you are very weakened, so it will be slower, and this knife can still penetrate your skin without problems. Issei. Looks at him exactly what are you going to do? Azazel. I told you it would hurt, it's not like that, I will perform surgery on you and remove all the parts affected by the poison, whether organs or skin, don't worry, your ghoul side will regenerate everything. Issei. Do it quickly, clean your teeth. At that moment Azazel begins the operation, and Issei begins to scream in pain. Issei. I. Azazel. Be strong, because I'm just getting started. 2 hours later. Azazel. The good part is that there is no poison anymore. Issei. Regenerating yes, however I almost ran out of organs. Azazel. I guess it was good to act quickly, who knows what would have happened if we hadn't done it in time. Issei. Now what? Azazel. Don't worry, I know what we're going to do, but we have to go home first. 2 days later. Ghoul City. Issei. Azazel, where are you? Azazel. Welcome. Issei. Azazel, we returned home 2 days ago, but I haven't seen Riaz, Taka, Asia, Irina or the other girls, tell me what's happening. Azazel. Approaches slowly, the situation is complicated. Issei. Define me complicated. Azazel. You see, you remember the king, right? Issei. What the hell happened? Azazel. The girls went with Surziches and the other demon kings to face him. Issei. What, how did you allow it? Azazel. Do you really think that after knowing what it is and its objective we wouldn't act immediately? Issei. But if they. Azazel. Don't worry. They are very tough, I honestly wouldn't worry about them, plus the demon kings were also. Issei. I know. But it's been 2 days since they left, it's not true. Azazel. Certainly, however he is immortal and we are all fighting with him to weaken him or find a weakness. Issei. Their energy can't last 2 full days fighting, right? What have they done? Azazel. Yes, you are right, we cannot last 2 days fighting, our energy is not infinite like the kings, however we have other ways. At that moment a gigantic door is seen behind Azazel. Issei. When? Azazel. It's here. Issei. What is that? Azazel. Where you will take control of yourself or die. Issei. Opens eyes wide he. Azazel. I told you need control, to do this you must face what disturbs your mind. Issei. He. That means. Azazel. You are going to dominate all the power you possess or you will die, and I am serious, this door is called the door of the mind, if you fail to dominate it will destroy your mind, as compensation for failing. Issei. The situation must be serious, if you force me to do something, I will die if I fail. Azazel. Do you want to know how we have lasted against King? We have taken turns during that period of time, those without the ability to fight form a barrier, while those who do fight enter and fight against King, until their energy runs out and are replaced later, they have a period of time to rest and fight again, the same is for those who maintain the barrier. Issei. Shocked if they continue like this. Azazel. We created an infinite system that will only stop until he dies once and for all. Issei. That's crazy. Azazel. It is, but it is necessary, all the factions collaborate, all the gods, dragons, the CCG, demons, etc. That's why I came to see you, so that you can put an end to this. Issei. What? Issei would see Azazel's eyes with dark circles. Issei. You have. Azazel. Who would have thought, we created a curse of our own. Issei. You don't have to do this. Azazel. We have no choice, if he leaves the world will not have peace, this is what we have fought for. Issei. Clenches fists. Azazel. This fight is to obtain a happy ending, smiles. When you enter please don't die, if you manage to take control of yourself I'm sure you can kill him, his immortality will be of no use to him. Issei. I promise I'll come back alone, don't die. Azazel. Good luck, leaves. At that moment Issei enters the door of the mind and a light begins to illuminate him, you can see that the ground is white and flows like water. But look, I didn't expect to see you so soon, although the time is not the same. Issei. The truth is I didn't expect to see you again, and if I could choose, I would want to bury you completely. Rise. I'm honestly not surprised by your reaction, but you should say hello first. Issei. I don't have time to waste, every second that passes is very valuable, and you're not going to make me waste it. Rise. The weather here is different, you don't have to be so defensive. Issei. With you I have no other way to put myself. Rise. Haha, you're still stupid. Issei. Millimeters tell me something here, I don't feel the urge to fight, it means that here I have control of my actions. Rise. That's right, this is your mind and you are the core. Here you don't feel influenced by me or by no, it doesn't matter. Anyway, here you can be yourself without being influenced by anything. Issei observes her in detail. You are hiding something, but it doesn't matter. I guess I should ask what I should do to regain control, but that is obvious, or at least in part. Rise. Well, if you want to have control, you must destroy those that influence your aggressive or uncontrolled behavior. This way you will be yourself again, and you will decide without external or internal influences in this case. Issei. If you tell me like it's nothing, it's because it's not easy, right? Rise. Smiles. That's right, you see, you will have to destroy me and someone else. That person is ahead, follow after me, but you will not face me now. I am only here to receive you. Issei. Who exactly will I face if it's not you? Rise. Yourself, multiple versions of you, each with a different personality, showing you what you could have been. At that moment the white ground begins to crack, a mass forms, molding until it forms a body. It had white hair and the same face as Issei. Issei. Exactly what is this? Rise. I didn't tell you, multiple versions of you with a different personality showing you what you could have been. Issei. I understand that, but why does he look the same as me? Rise. If I forgot to tell you, each version of you embodies a meaning. We call this version the Berserker. Face your destruction. Her eyes would begin to fade away, hugging the other Issei. Issei. So. Berserker. Snaps his fingers. How much is 1000 minus 7? Issei. How I hate that question. Takes out his Kagyun. Season 2 Episode 5. Domination. Low. Shock. Low. Shock. The vision showed Issei and his double, fighting hand to hand. Issei would move his Kagyun directionally. Berserker would form a shield with his Kagyun. Berserker. You're weak. Issei. TCH, you are really annoying. Berserker puts a part of his Kagyun on the ground. I'll show you. Issei. This feeling is danger. Jumps. You could see a part of Berserker's Kagyun coming out of the ground, below where Issei had jumped. Issei. This ground is hard like concrete and at the same time liquid like water, however I can't cross it like water. Berserker. You're weak. Issei. This place is not made for me to have any advantage, but quite the opposite. Azazel was right, I should not die. Berserker. You're weak. Issei. Rise told me that he is the Berserker and that he will face my destruction, so whoever can represent me. Berserker appears behind Issei. Issei. Head turns around. Berserker cuts him. Issei. Ah, separates. He it didn't regenerate me. More disadvantages. Berserker. I will destroy you, I will kill you, I am strong. Issei. This place is, if I lose even once I will die and my regenerative powers don't work, but Rise is not the one I will face last, plus she doesn't seem to be the type of person who wants to limit the opponent. I like to confront the strong and then eat them. This is someone else, there must be someone else. Berserker. I am strong, I will fight, I will destroy, and I will finish you. Issei. I knew it, you represented my fear and insecurity. Berserker. Roars. Shut up. Issei. I knew it, the fear I always had of losing the one I love because I was weak, my insecurity of not being strong enough to protect someone, all of that is you. Berserker. Shut up. Issei. Let's continue, I know this won't end until one of us dies. Berserker. Hits him in the face. Issei. Grabs him and headbutts him. Berserker. Headbutts him back. Issei. Headbutts him back. Their heads start to bleed. Berserker. Holds it with his hand and buries it in the ground. Issei. Composes himself and kicks him in the face. Berserker. Spits blood. Kicks him away. Issei. Gives a turn and puts his foot down with his face. Berserker. Runs towards him. Issei. Points and throws a part of his Kagyun at his stomach. Berserker. Blocks him. Issei. Points to the right side. Berserker. Crouches. Issei. Points down. Berserker. Propels himself up. Issei. Points head on. Berserker. Blocks him. The two would be face to face. Issei. Berserker. Puts a fist in his face. The two are separated by the shock wave. Issei. I have to finish him off as soon as possible. Berserker. I am strong. Issei. You just want to carry it all on your shoulders so that no one else suffers. Berserker. Looks at him angrily. Issei. However, if you are the only one who suffers, the people next to you who love you will suffer by seeing you carry everything. By preventing them from suffering, you will only try to make them suffer more. Berserker. Shut up, you don't know anything. Issei. Not unlike you who are afraid and insecure, I can see things more clearly. You know those who deny themselves when things are told to them and do not want to accept the truth, you know what they are called. Berserker. Shut up. Issei. Cowards. Berserker. I'm going to destroy you. At that moment the double's body would begin to tremble. Issei. Hey, what's that? Berserker. Kiki, my hands with pliers, how much is it? 1,000 less 7. Issei. That's it. Berserker. Cracks his fingers and appears behind Issei. Issei. Shocked he. Berserker. Would hit him on the ground. Issei. Spits blood. Berserker. Grabs him, now you're going to die. Issei would quickly kick him to separate himself from him. Issei. This is what Taka had told me. Flashback. Taka. Well, I will teach you a little about ghouls. You must understand more about ghouls. To know more about yourself, you are already half a ghoul. First of all, be careful with some ghouls who practice cannibalism. Issei. I know that ghouls eat humans, but why would they eat each other? Taka. The reasons are diverse, from personal problems, prey, to pleasure. Some ghouls find it more delicious to eat other ghouls than humans. Issei. And what would the problem be? Taka. They develop a Kaguner special quirk called Kakuja. They are truly dangerous. They are stronger than normal ghouls, categorized between SSS and SSS+. Their abilities can be monstrous, and their transformation can be full body. Issei. I see, if I see one I can't act lightly. Taka. Right, you should also keep the Kakuja thing in mind. Issei. Sorry. Taka. The time Riaz and I found you, I saw Jason's corpse. I know you killed him. I also saw cannibalism. I'm sure Riaz noticed it. Issei. I didn't want to, but. Taka. We won't see you differently just because of that. Jason was a bastard. He deserved it, but be careful. We don't know the capabilities of a hybrid like you. It's probably safe that if you manage to get a Kakuja, you'll lose control the first time, and most importantly is to keep calm. Issei. It's not too hasty to say that I could have a Kakuja. Taka. You're right, in your case it would be. End of flashback. Issei. Medium Kakuja. Berserker. I am strong. Issei. Bleeding, it's time to end this. Berserker. Lunges forward. Issei. Blocks it, it's faster. Berserker. Slams his Kagun. Issei. Steps back from the blow harder, my Kagun trembled from that blow. Berserker. You're weak. Issei. Never denied it. Berserker. Then why do you fight if you know you are? Issei. Admitting that I am weak gives me the way to improve more every day. If I am strong I have nothing to improve, but if I am weak, I have the way to countless evolutions. Berserker. It seems I have to crush your hope. Issei. It's not hope, it's determination, looks at him firmly. Berserker. Hey, I launches towards him. Issei. Lunges towards him. Berserker. Crosses him. Issei. Crosses his legs. Berserker. Tears his right side of him. Issei. Crosses his forearms of him. Berserker. Crosses his stomach. Issei. Spits blood. Berserker. Ha, why did you come from the front if I'm stronger? Issei. I looked at several factors. Berserker. Oh. Issei. The first factor was regeneration. Bleeding. This place is made so that it does not regenerate me. Obviously it puts more disadvantages to me than anyone else, however I understood that it cannot put disadvantages only to me. Berserker. Spits blood, what's wrong? Issei. You had more power than me, however I was smarter. When launching the previous attacks, I realized that you couldn't regenerate. Look carefully, you and I are still bleeding from the headbutt we gave each other. Berserker. And that, your damage is greater than mine, the victory is mine. Issei. It's true. Bleeding. My stomach has been pierced, however you didn't touch any vital point, so I have time for one more attack, and considering the current distance, since we are literally in front of each other, failure is not possible. Berserker. You still think I'll let you fight back, how naive. Issei. No, I don't think so, that's why you won't be able to avoid it. Berserker. What? My body doesn't move. What have you done? Issei. My previous attacks were on the legs and forearms, there may not be any vital points there, however by going through them my objective was to break your ligaments, that way you cannot move, in addition to that your body loses stability, which makes if you collapse, your Kakuja will not be effective with your mind altered and your body in that state. Berserker. Falls to the ground. No, this is not possible. Issei. Points to his head. At this moment I say goodbye to my fear and insecurity. Berserker. No. Issei. Goodbye goes through his head. Berserker. His body falls to the ground and begins to melt. Issei. His body begins to heal quickly, it is a relief that by killing us the wounds disappear, I thought I would have to fight like this. Rise. Worried about fighting injured. At that moment Rise would appear again. Issei. Not at all, I would just have to be smarter. Rise. You have gained more control, but you have not won yet, now another fight follows. Issei. Which version of me will I have to face now? Rise. Face it. At that moment the color of the ground changed to black and a figure was manifested from the shadows. It was slowly molded. Issei. Another me. Rise. I wonder if you can win with him, he won't be like the other one who attacked carelessly. Issei. I feel it. Rise. He is cold and calculating, you should fear him because I confess that he surpasses me, she must be determined that you lose. Issei. Her. Rise. Oops, I said too much. Starts walking away. By the way, his name is. The figure was the same as Issei, but there were differences. His hair was black, he wore glasses, his gloves were red, and his gaze was cold. Rise. Black Reaper. Black. Could you shut up for once, you bore me. Issei. This guy, he's strong. Black. Let's start, but I warn you, you lose. Season 2 Episode 6. Deep Darkness. Issei could be seen facing his other self, the Black Reaper. Issei. Then you are next. Black. How would you like to die, sliced, smashed or with your eyes pierced? Issei. I won't allow that. Black. Like you have a choice. Issei. Then let's go. But his words would be interrupted because he would stick his sword into his chest. Issei. Spits blood. Cough. Cough. When? Black. You talk a lot. His sword unleashed a red glow and his kagyun was out. Issei. Since when have you been? Black. To be honest, you make me very sorry. Issei. Hits him. Black. Dodges it easily. Pathetic. Issei. It's fast. Black. Maybe you meant that I am more powerful than you in every way. Crushes him on the ground, so let's have a talk. He had his foot in Issei's face. Issei. Veto the. Black. Do you think you are in a position to refuse? Look, I have my foot in your face, if I had wanted to kill you I would have done it. Issei. What exactly are you looking for? Black. What do you think I'm looking for? Issei. Kill me or maybe torture me. Black. For nothing. Issei. Then what is it? Black. I don't know. Issei. You have me here against the ground, you could kill me at any moment. Black. If I do, I will take everything from you, you will stop being Issei and I would become Issei. I know that Azazel told you that if you fail you will die, but not how. If you die, I would consume you and I would become Hyodo Issei. Issei. Shocked then. Black. Exactly, you understand now, I take your mind and you lose your consciousness. Issei. But it's not what you want either. Black. I don't know what it is to want or have a desire, I'm empty. Issei. Wow. Black. For example, I could kill Riaz and Tauka without mercy, I could do it if I had them in front of me. Issei. You bastard. Black. But that doesn't satisfy me. Issei. What? Black. So what I am, what I want, and what I need, all of that is what I don't know, so I'll give you a chance because of that. Issei. I thought you were following Rise's orders. Black. I don't follow anyone's orders or anything, I am my own master, if I wanted to I would have stabbed her, however I can't because in this mind there are things that have greater control, after all you are here to meet her. Issei. I still don't understand. Black. It's understandable. Issei. So what is that opportunity? Black. The 3 questions I asked, you must answer them correctly, if you do then I will cut off a member of my body that you choose. Issei. You're not lying. Black. Do you think I would waste my time talking to you instead of decapitating you? Issei. Okay. Black would remove his foot from Issei's face and they would look at each other face to face. Issei. I don't have to ask what will happen if I lose, right? Black. Right, because you won't be aware of it when you're no longer in this world. Issei. Then. Black. What am I? This question refers to me and you, this part is me, what I represent of you, take all the time in the world. Issei. He has abilities superior to mine, even superior to those of the berserker I faced, but he is aware and knows how to use them, he does not fight madly, he is like a genius born to kill, and that is the most terrifying thing. In his mind he searched for what he could represent, he thought carefully about his words. Black. Millimeters, my sword will decapitate you quickly. Issei. You represent. Black. Yes. Issei. I think about it a lot, but the answer is simple, you are what you are, easy and simple, that is you represent the power. Black. What leads you to that conclusion? Issei. Power is simple, it is unilateral, it has no rules or norms, it is only intended to be used, and it is used to kill mostly, but also to protect. Black. Smiles, you're on the right track, but don't smile yet. Next question, what do I want? How? Clue is something I can't get with my power. Issei. Humans think that if they are powerful they can get everything, there are examples of this such as money, women, alcohol etc., but what you can't get with power. Black. Hit or miss. Issei. This is annoying. Black. Issei. Yes, basically with power you can achieve everything, but the question also has a simple answer. Black. Smiles. Issei. Love, you can have everything with power, but the feeling of love is something that must be born from the other party. You can never have it by force. Even if you can force someone to love you, they will do so only under the feeling of sadness and pain. It won't be true love. Black. Correct. Complex questions, simple words. If you think too much you can lose, but in this one you will have to ask yourself the following. Issei. What do you need? Black. Then answer. Issei. The only question that does not have an immediate answer. If I answer it wrong my head will fly in a second, I can feel it. This guy will kill me. Black. There is no simple answer on this one. Issei. Yes. Black. You were lucky in the previous two, I wonder if that luck followed you in the end. Issei. So you think my head will be the one that's going to fly through the air? Black. Definitely, that's what all my predictions say. Issei. You are one of the versions that I could have become. You are cruel and bloodthirsty. You can basically radiate a murderous aura as we speak. Black. So your answer is? Issei. A friend. Black. You are looking for suicide. Issei. Not at all, a person who is cruel never knew love, he never knew what happiness is. Black. Which leads you to that assumption. Issei. All that is what friends can give you, you just want to be happy and have a friend, you need a friend. Smiles. Black. Smiles. If I had known this I wouldn't have bet. Issei. You lost, and not with force, just with words. Black. The pen is mightier than the sword, I hate that saying. Smiles. Issei. Then cut off your head. At his words he quickly decapitated himself without thinking twice. The blood would come out of his headless body, after a few seconds he vanished. Rise. Incredible, you beat someone stronger than you without having to fight, I didn't expect this. Issei. I have shared my ideas about you. Rise. I know. Issei. So how is this, who do I have to face other than me? Rise. No. She kept her distance and looked at him intently. Issei. Your truth. Rise. Yes. Issei. I thought you would delay it and take out Jason Ghost. Rise. If you beat your versions it is useless to test yourself with him. Issei. Do you have any regrets? Rise. That day I wish I had killed you. Issei. Many wish that, you are not the only one, the truth is. Rise. It ends here, right? Issei. You can't beat me, you know that's true. Rise. I know, that's why I think of this as a way to say goodbye. Issei. Millimeters. Rise. Do you regret becoming a ghoul? Issei. I didn't have very good experiences, but I met Taka and other ghouls, so I could better understand the life they live. Rise. Whoever is beyond is your worst fear. Issei. So that's it. Rise. Have you noticed? Issei. Yes, but I still think it won't matter. Rise. Well, as my last words I will say, it was a pleasure, and you should know that I hold a grudge against you. Issei. Sighs. I don't. After saying those words, Issei's Kagyun would brutally destroy her eyes, the last thing you see is her smile disappearing never to return. Issei. Goodbye Rise, goodbye forever. He advanced towards the front where his greatest fear of him was present. Nobody ever forgets their first love. In the case of Issei, everything in that part was dark and had shadows. In front of him was the person he once loved too much and now hated. Issei. How long will I be Reina? Rainer. To think you would go this far. Issei. I can't stay here when my friends suffer. Rainer. This is your darkest side, your love for me. Issei. Yes. Rainer. What's wrong, are you scared? Issei. I have become strong, I have fought enough from my point of view. Rainer. Suppose you control your ghoul side, do you think you can beat Ray? Issei. No, of course not. Rainer. So? Issei. I will win with my human side. Rainer. You think you are human considering the situation of your body, how sweet. Issei. What makes me human is not my race. Rainer. So what is it? Issei. What makes me human is that I am an idiot, we are very idiots when it comes to decisions. Rainer. As soon as you kill me and erase the curse, your ghoul side will be in control, and you will get out of here, but you could go die for a peace you will never enjoy. Issei. So be it, I honestly don't have any complaints, dying for peace sounds good, but Riaz would kill me again if I die, haha. Rainer. I don't think we'll see each other again, after this, or maybe we will, who knows. Issei. Well, travel through the multiverse once, I suppose there is a possibility, but anyway, it's time to end this. Rainer. Go ahead, end this deep darkness. Issei. Goodbye Rainer. She stood still while smiling, closing her eyes, and Issei with his Kagyun pointed at her heart, killing someone who never had a heart. In a nostalgic and poetic way, memories, although not very good, came to her mind, ever since he met her. There were simply no tears or regrets in her action, it was a form of liberation. Giving peace to his past at last and marking the peace of his heart in the future. Issei's image turns white and before he knew it he was in the place where he spoke with Azazel, he had won, he had conquered his ghoul side. He remained silent and just began to walk. Because his fight for the peace of that world was about to end. This would be his last fight in that world. Season 2 Episode 7. A Peaceful World. Explosions and screams could be heard everywhere, everyone was fighting fiercely. King. Come on, that's all you all have regenerating. Ikeno. No matter how much we attack him, he doesn't die. Tauka. How long has it been? Rias. Tauka, keep your head in battle. Tauka. Yes, I'm sorry. Rias. We take turns, but mental exhaustion is hardly easy and we can continue like this. King. You know this is useless, right? Ikeno. Shut up, destroys his mouth. King. Ouch, mouth regenerates. It's no use, I can't die, you wear yourself out attacking me and I regenerate every second that passes. At that moment a tentacle with a sharp tip would emerge from his back in a grotesque manner. Tauka. Be careful. King. If this happens to them they will die and that fascinates me. Smile. Ikeno. Laugh. Rias. Oh damn, sphere of destruction. Her Kagyun headed into Ria's hands, but she summoned her sphere of destruction in time, she disintegrated the Kagyun with her sphere of pure destruction, but in the end the Kagyun regenerated again. King. The little princess will die in a horrible way, it will be a nice song, don't you think? Rias. Ai. King. Good try, even if you destroy me faster than I regenerate, only the tip of the Kagyun is destroyed and the regeneration cycle begins again, you don't have enough energy to erase everything from me, not even your brother could. Rias. Shut up, I'm not going to give up. King. Poor soul, but your energy is finite, I'm sorry, but you will die here. Tauka. I don't think so, cuts the Kagyun. At that moment Rias would have attacked, taking advantage of the opportunity that Tauka gave him, he would have burned his entire body, but he was not even close to dying. King. Regenerates, you can't kill me. Tauka. We must try. King. You're ghoul, right, what happens if I bite you? Tauka. I don't want to find out honestly. The battle would continue brutally, while outside the others replenished their forces. Azazel. Asia, how are the wounded? Asia. Most are healed, some are sleeping and resting right now. Azazel. Let them continue sleeping and resting, the periods are getting shorter, we won't be able to last forever. Kaneko. I see. Azazel. You haven't recovered yet. Volley. Azazel, I can keep fighting. Azazel. Volley is a resounding no, you lasted more rounds with him than anyone else, you of all people should rest. Issei. In fact, I could really use Volley's help. Everyone opened their eyes surprised because Issei had arrived. Azazel. Issei, is that you? Issei. The calm one and always me. Azazel. What happened, how do you feel? Issei. I faced all the fear and pain I had, I no longer have doubts or worries, honestly my vision is clear, for a world of peace this will be my last battle, I don't want to say that I will die, but that I will put an end to the conflict. Azazel. You know it's difficult, it certainly is when I am the teacher and you are the student, even if you are more powerful, it is difficult for the teacher to see his beloved student grow. Issei. Thanks for everything Azazel, my mind is clear. Ali. So Issei, how we defeated him, until now we have used all kinds of legendary, sacred and demonic weapons, in addition to that we have thrown living monsters at him, and they have all been finished. Azazel. That's right, we even resort to forbidden category spells, and nothing kills him. Ali. His regeneration seems to be at an unseen level. Issei. I have a plan for it, but I need Rias, Surzich's and Volley for it to work. Azazel. Okay. Azazel moved for Rias to be replaced and quickly left the field. King. Hey, it's alive. He quickly ran to cross the barrier, but his body bounced back. Ikeno. Good try, but you won't get out of here to attack him. King. TCH. The battle would continue and Rias would emerge quickly. Rias. That's it, you're good. Issei. Yes, I'm fine. Azazel. I brought Surzich's. Surzich's. Issei, good to see you, in this desperate situation we need a solution. Issei. And there is, but I warn you there will be risks, for me the standard of living is not high. Rias. Issei, that's it. Issei. I don't plan to die, but I will give my all to finish it, that's why I need your support, even if you know I won't come back. Rias. I trust you even if you don't come back, I promise to remain firm as you taught me. Ali. Don't die, but if you do, know that I will cause problems. Azazel. I say the same. Surzich's. I finally have a brother, I don't want to lose him. Issei. They really are. Ali. So what's the plan? Issei. I need all the power of destruction that Rias and Surziches can give me. Rias. But regenerating is useless. Surziches. Yes, also our powers of destruction are different, you should know that. Issei. I know it and I will use it to our advantage, my plan is to merge his two powers of destruction into one, by doing so we can disintegrate that damn thing forever. Ali. I see, and what will I do? Issei. You will be with me guiding him and you will use Albion to divide his power. Ali. How do I divide something that is infinite? Issei. It's not infinite if we block him from continuing to have that unlimited energy, you will use half a dimension inside him, thus you will shrink his vitality from him. Ali. Using both at the same time, it will be risky and your. Issei. I know, by the way you will shrink the space where it is, then I will release the combined power of Rias and Surziches in that space, while you divide its power it will not have the opportunity to regenerate. Ali. You could die. Issei. I know, but it's the only thing we have to send him straight to death. Rias. How big do you need the sphere of destruction? Issei. Very big, twice his body, I'd rather be safe than sorry. Surziches. I will also add enough power to eliminate even the cells. Ali. By the way, his skin is hard, how do you plan to make his skin soft? Issei. That's why I have Drag in my armor. Ali. If it doesn't work at the very least you could suffer irreparable damage. Issei. If he gets up he could kill me, but this is not the time to hesitate. Everyone prepared, in the end they were in their positions to carry out Issei's plan, none of them hesitated, everyone was ready to attack, then Issei and Vali would enter to fight. King. I was waiting for you. Aka Keno. Issei. Issei. Both of you retire, leave this to us, he's finished. King. Hyodo Issei, you are annoying, it is true what your dead enemy said, you are hard to kill, it's a shame you won't live much longer. Issei. You took your last life. King. No, you lived your last day. At that moment he took out his Kagyun, his face was deformed ready to attack, but Issei remained still and began to recite a chant. I am the ghoul, the demon and the dragon that protects the eternal balance. I keep my path straight to the paradise of peace. I left all savagery and madness behind. I will give everyone infinite peace and perfect sleep. Always walking towards the future. Balance breaker mode ghoul dragon. King. What is that? Issei. Get ready. At that moment Issei would begin to beat the king to death and without consideration. Shock. Blow. Shock. Ali. I need to wait for the right moment, in my current state I will cast those two, and at their maximum power, it will only be once. King. Tell me in the end who you are hits him in the face a demon crosses his knee, a ghoul breaks his hand from him or a dragon. Issei. I'm everyone breaks his legs, but more than anything I am Hyodo Issei crosses his throat the boy who will give you closure. The battle would continue in a brutal and indescribable way, blows at a horrendous level were seen, well the two regenerated, but it was clear which healing factor was better, Issei took him to an area of tall buildings, and he was at the highest point, in the center there was a hole that showed several meters of drop. King. You brought me here so that you want to die on high. Issei. In the end you are history. King. Do you think you won? Issei. I haven't won yet, but I put an end to that arrogance of yours with this Sky Eater. King. Spits blood another useless attack. Issei. Oh seriously? King. What my meat is softer. Issei. Smiles now to finish energy consumption. King. You're hot trying to devour my energy, you're going to die before. Ali. Now is the time half dimension. King. It can't be the energy, the link with the energy has been cut, perhaps it compressed the dimension so much that there is no energy through my vitality. Ali. There's still more to go. Divide 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 dividing. Issei. Hey bastard, don't mess with my family. At that moment Issei would throw him through the hole and he would fall several meters. King. Go ahead, you think I'll die from falling from this height? Issei. It's ready. Ali. Lose. King. That's it. At that moment a sphere of crimson energy had decompressed in his hand through a magic circle, it contained the fused energy of Surziches and Rias. King. Impossible. Issei. You said you regenerated and couldn't die jumps towards him. Let's try it. Issei had jumped towards him, the energy of destruction was so strong that when he lowered his hand and aimed at Ray, he destroyed everything in his path, in the end the energy of destruction reached Ray. King. I. His body was torn apart quickly, there was no chance to regenerate, in the end a huge explosion occurred. But Issei had fallen to the ground, holding that energy had caused him great injuries. Issei. It seems like this is where I'm going to die. The building fell to pieces, the rubble was advancing, and Issei believed he was going to see the end of it, however at that end of the road he saw light, and there were hands trying to reach his body to save him. The light illuminated everything, a portal had opened. 1 year later. After the death of the king was confirmed, there were many wounded, but the casualties were negative, it was a great achievement. What happened to me? Well, you know, my other versions from other universes appeared. The war against Raynor ended well, and the portals between universes closed, but that is another story. In the end, when we finished, I returned home. Riaz and Taka welcomed me happily. The world was at peace, it was peaceful, and I finally had what I wanted, a world without conflicts, without wars or fights. Since then my life is normal, Taka joined us and things are happier. My normal life won't be exactly normal, but I like it. New foods are being created for ghouls, and now they are more accepted than before. Now as for what I will do, sincerely. I plan to dedicate myself to living my life in this world of peace, as I have always wanted, living with my loved ones. Now Kuo has renovations, one of them is high-rise buildings. I'm always on top of them, looking at the whole city. Issei. All this is beautiful, Vali says. I don't want a boring world, but that doesn't mean that a boring world is one of peace, since many fun things happen in peaceful worlds. I'm human, ghoul or dragon, does it matter? In this world where everything coexists. Things like that don't really matter much. This world started out peaceful, there were conflicts, and now they have passed. Peace returned, and I will continue to protect that peace always. My name is Hyodo Issei. I am the Patch. The Red Emperor. You can call me whatever you want, but most of all the protagonist of this story. And this is my perfect ending, the end of my story. It doesn't have to be big or glorious, some of us prefer a soft and calm ending, an ending full of peace. And let me know in the comments below if you guys want the next part. Also check out my other video that has been shown in left. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like and share this video. And have a fantastic day. Bye.